Cornell Brooks, NAACP President.
My name is Cornell William Brooks. It is my honor to serve as President and CEO of the NAACP. I want to extend a word of appreciation to the members of the media who, by being here this afternoon, represent a cloud of witnesses to a profound injustice happening in our midst. We want to express appreciation to the clergy who thought it not robbery to go beyond the stained glass perimeters of our churches and our synagogues and our temples to bear witness to what is happening in Atlantic City. We want to express appreciation to these allies and partners, particularly those in labor, who are standing at our side. We want to express appreciation, most importantly, most profoundly, at a most heartfelt level, to the citizens of Atlantic City who have not given up on themselves.
All right now. All right.
The question may be posed. Why is the NAACP here in Atlantic City, and why do we regard this as a national cause? The NAACP, with its 2,200 units in 50 states, every large city, hundreds and hundreds of small towns, on college campuses, prisons, Native American reservations, and communities across the length and breadth of our republic. Why is the NAACP here in Atlantic City? Why? Because we understand that water rights are civil rights and civil rights are human rights. Why is the NAACP here in Atlantic City? We are reminded of a young Baptist preacher, a member of the executive committee of the Montgomery branch of the NAACP, and a life member of the NAACP, who stood on the mall in the shadow of the Lincoln Memorial and said, "Let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream."
Yes,
We're here in Atlantic City because we understand that water is life-sustaining. And we are here in Atlantic City because we understand most profoundly that what is understood to be merely a money problem is in fact a democracy challenge. This is not merely about dollars and cents, it's about human beings.
Right.
Fundamentally. And so we're here mindful of the fact that these workers with the MUA have been responsible for providing the best water at the lowest price, not only in Atlantic County, not only in Atlantic City, but in the country. And so where you have citizens paying less than $17 a month among the best rates in the country, in a city where so many folks are at the poverty level, why then are we looking to a solution to raise rates? It has been said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
All right.
It might be said in Atlantic City, if it ain't broke, don't destroy it.
All right.
And so we see this fight as a multifold fight for human rights. Number one, we understand that this is not merely a money problem, but a democracy problem. That is to say, if water rights are civil rights are human rights. If we understand that water is a public resource, how then can our water be sold without hearing from the people? Fundamentally, this is about democracy. And so we are standing with these partners, we're standing with the citizens of Atlantic City, calling on them to sign these petitions that your voice might be heard in a referendum.
Yes.
Number two, we understand that this is not merely about democracy, not merely about money, but about public safety. As was lifted up previously, that the city of Flint, Michigan is a moral and political parable about the perils of giving up local control over the water. Now, can I tell you, as president and CEO of the NAACP, going to Flint, watching parents bring their children up to me, lift up their shirts, lift up their blouses, that we might see the rashes on their back as a consequence of not merely contaminated water, but contaminated government. When government abdicates its responsibility over the water, abdicates its responsibility to its citizens, we have not merely a money problem, not merely a democracy problem, but a public safety problem. And where we have the best water at the lowest rate in the city, in the county, and in the country, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it ain't broke, don't destroy it. Number 3, where we see workers who have been doing a good job. Where we have workers who have been doing a job at a reasonable rate. How then do we sign off on government breaking contracts? How then do we sign off on sidelining the workers who've been responsible for providing to us a life-giving, life-sustaining resource? It's wrong, it cannot be made right, and we have to sign petitions and put this on the ballot to make sure that right continues to be right.
Yeah. All right.
This is a national issue because we have seen in Atlantic City again and again and again public resources sold off to the highest bidder without a public benefit. We see a city bereft and bankrupted as a consequence of the malfeasance of state officials. And then we are told, after everything has been sold off, after everything has been taken away, now we come to the water. This is a moment in which the NAACP, standing with partners, standing with lawyers, standing with the teachers, standing with the firefighters, standing with the AFL-CIO, and yes, even standing with the press who bear witness to this injustice among us, we are committed to ensuring a democratic solution to a democratic problem. That is to say, we have to hold on to our public resources. We have to hold on to our public assets. We have to hold on to our public workers. And dear God, we have to serve the public. And that means providing water to them that is safe, that is reasonably priced, and that is brought to them by workers who are committed to the public interest. Last point here. The NAACP is in this fight for the long haul. Right? We want to be clear about this. When we were called to Flint, we arrived there a year or two before the TV cameras arrived. We conducted community forums. We challenged the governor. We challenged the legislature. We challenged the federal delegation. We also filed lawsuits. We have also engaged in civil disobedience. We were there day in and day out and continue to be there day in and day out. But the difference between Flint and Atlantic City is this. In Flint, we continue to take around and collect bottled water. Here in Atlantic City, we will be here, but we have no intent on seeing you bring in bottled water from someplace else. So let's be clear. This is a long-term fight. It's a fight of democracy. We need our attorneys. We need our activists. We need members of the press. We need labor. We need each and every citizen to sign those petitions in such numbers that we send a message loud and clear. We have no intent on selling the water and selling our soul. Thank you.